Hello, everybody. My camera is dead, so I cannot I cannot show my face on this one. It's like a running meme at this point. My camera is always dead when I go to record because I'm out there trying to make some good videos for you guys, and it just happens to die. So I apologize, but this is going to be the top 16, or I'm sorry, just the top decks from the regionals from looks like Tox Melbourne regionals. This is on Eggman Events' website. So we're just going to go over it, and we'll start with the world famous, what everyone's talking about. Not that one. It's the King, right? So obviously Law won this one, right? But we're going to talk about this King list, all right? And what if someone asked in my Discord, has anyone ever tried to play King, or do we just assume it was bad? And that's a very fair question. It's a very valid question. And to answer that question on this video, I tried back in set 1, and it was actual cheeks. So I was like, yeah, I'm never playing King again. However, since someone topped at Eggman Events' website, or I'm sorry, Eggman's own Zulu tournament with King, and now we see one in this little regional right here. It's kind of hard to ignore it. So we're not going to ignore it. We're going to talk about this real quick, and then we'll kind of go over the other decks too. But this King deck, for those of you guys who don't know, King, when he has 10 Dawn, all characters on the board on your turn lose. I'm sorry, not your characters. Your opponent's characters lose 1,000 power. All right. So that's the whole strategy of the deck. And I guess you just try to control the board with it. And the only thing I don't get is he plays so many Dawn minus cards. And he's playing this like he's playing a normal, like a normal purple deck, is where you get to 10 Dawn and then you Dawn minus, and then you just ramp back up the next turn with Oni, and then you're Dawn for turn, right? I wonder just how that worked, guys. I just don't understand why he decided to play King and not just Kaido, because I mean, essentially you're just controlling the board with like 6Ks, which technically I guess are 7Ks, but it's not really like the 6Ks are really all that useful. So obviously he's got the 4 blockers and the Higurashis. He's got 3 Khalifa, which is a 2K counter, and he's got 4 Uta, which plays page 1 Dawn -1. He's got 4 X-Drake. He's got 4 Missile Sundays for the ramp. Then he's got 4 of this guy right here. God, let me try to pull him. I guess I can't pull him up on on this computer, even if I right click or left click. But what he does is, if you have a certain amount of Dawn in play, I'm pretty sure he draws a card. This guy Kirushu, or whatever his name is. Then he's got 4 Queen, 4 King to pop, 4 costs, which I assume would be like yellow or like Whitebeard. And then he has 3 Rush Kaido, 2 Board Wipe Kaido, 3 Jet Gatling, 2 Blast Breath, 2 Hell's Judgment, and 4 Oni. So yeah, I don't understand the concept behind this deck. It's probably just a player thing. Like, he must be just so good. He's playing with like a handicap. But I can't imagine this deck like beating like, if we're being honest, guys, anything. Like, no disrespect to the deck, like, great job by this man. Who did this? It's what is his name? Joseph Grech. So Joseph, great job, buddy. I just don't understand what this beats, right? Like, because this definitely doesn't beat yellow, right? Like, what about this beats yellow? I could maybe see it being Whitebeard, but I feel like Whitebeard would just like out tempo it. And then also, I feel like this would be hard into like film Dofi, because like they have a lot of blockers, and even if you use Kaido's effect, well, now you don't have a leader effect for like 2 more turns at least. So I feel like this is just like very odd into the meta, so I just wonder why he did that. But let's talk about some of the other decks. Let's talk about the winner deck. So Law playing the very, very standard list, except for 2 things, and that is 2 copies of this guy right here, 8-Drop Kid. We all know what 8-Drop Kid does. If you're new to this video, or if you're new to One Piece, 8-Drop Kid was a menace back in set 1, where basically with a Dawn on him, you can only attack him, right? And he's at 8,000 wall. So this is really good into the mirror match. I actually had a friend of mine, Hasm. We actually were making a video soon, but he had a migraine today, so we had to cancel. But Hasm actually played 8-Drop Kid, only 1, I'm pretty sure, or maybe 2 in his top 8 regional list. And this is great into the mirror. It's great into Whitebeard. semi decent into Zorro. If they draw their Gordons and Otamas, it's a little bit tougher, but maybe you don't even play it into Zorro. I don't know. But yeah, this I mean, obviously, and he's playing more defensive events. Most people just play one Rad Beam or one Rad Beam, one guard point, and he's playing one Rad Beam, two guard points. So, you know, big spice right there. But congratulations to this guy. I wonder how that 8-drop kid, how many times he played it. Most people that play 8-drop kid don't really play 2 Hawkins, but looks like he found big success with it. So, and he ended up winning a regional. So, congratulations, my friend. And then we're gonna talk about one card from each of these, like one deck from each of these. We're playing. We're starting this off with Film Dofi, right? Film Dofi, I think he got what, 10th? Let me double check right here. Yeah, 10th place right here. I'm not gonna say your name because it's just a little bit hard to say, but Film Dofi, he's playing obviously he's playing how many 2Ks? 4, 8. Let's see. 4. Am I tripping, guys? 4, 8. He's not playing Shiki, so he's playing 8 2Ks. Which is a bit odd, and he's playing some spice, bro. He's playing this Law right here. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm gonna pull him up. Law, damn, I don't want to go away from the screen though. Actually, hold up. I don't think I need to. So this Law right here, what he does is you may return this character. It's activate main 1 Dawn. You may return this character and play up to 1 character with a cost of 3 from your hand. So basically, you play him on 2 Dawn, and then for 1 Dawn, you return that character to your hand, and then you can play like the Nami, and then use Nami's effect. So like, it's a 1K counter in most situations, but in some situations, like, if you're on the I don't know, man. If you're on like the going second curve, you play this turn 1, and then turn 2, you swing 6 with Dofi into like a Whitebeard, and then you bounce this, play Nami, and then like Nami activates her effect, probably, right? Or maybe you swing 7 with your leader. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't understand this. I think it's really cool. I think it's really spicy. You can play like Usopp, you can play Nami. But I'm not sure how relevant this was throughout the tournament. Maybe he would change it. I'm not sure. But cool overall. Then he's playing 2 Blocker Law, which you don't really see. He's playing a Paradise Waterfall, which we don't normally see. He's playing a Union Armada, which we sometimes see. Slightly less on the guild count, way more on the Brook count. And then 1 less Sugar. So cool list, man. Really cool list. Congratulations, you got 10th place with it. I think it's pretty spicy. You got some cool text. And we got this Rebecca right here. I think I have 2 Rebeccas. Oh no, just 1 Rebecca. Let's see what kind of list this Rebecca's playing. They all play very different lists depending on the player, but let's see. We got anything crazy here? Not particularly. They're playing 3 Truno Bastardo. They're playing 1 Red Rock, which is a bit odd, and then 3 3000 Worlds. I guess obviously Red Rock is just for when they can't have Orlumbus on the board. But Orlumbus and Red Rock, or I'm sorry, Orlumbus and 3000 Worlds or Truno Bastardo normally deal with pretty much every card in the game. Truno Bastardo and Orlumbus definitely does if you have 15 cards in the trash. And I guess the Red Rock is just for that very seldom time where you don't have Orlumbus on the board. 3 Coliseum, I think that's just the standard number here. 4 Luffy, 4 Kongun. A lot of people are playing like 3-3, but I mean, if this is the best card, if these are the best 2 cards in your deck, and that's what you're trying to do, you know, you're trying to OTK your opponent pretty much, and you know, control the board with these cards, like why not, you know, max out on the copies of it. So congratulations to this Rebecca. I think it was this Rebecca got 9th, so bubbled out of the serial Luffy, which is very unfortunate. And then the next list is, I'm sorry, this is Rebecca. Next list is Katakuri. A lot of people are starting to cut 7 cost Big Mom. I like 7 cost Big Mom a lot. I don't understand why people don't like it. And then this Yamato, I've seen this teched in a little bit more because against cards like Queen, or I'm sorry, against decks like Queen and against like decks like Rebecca, you always have like 8 life, 9 life between all of you guys, you know, by the time you get to 9 Dawn. So this thing can hit like pretty much anything. So and then obviously into aggressive decks, you can gain a life on 9 Dawn on the odd curve, which is pretty nice, you know, if you qualify for it. But overall, this could just be a card you discard off of triggers. Like you could discard it off of Parasparrow. He's not actually playing Cracker. I just realized, guys, he's not playing Cracker at all. He's playing Parasparrow and Sanji. and not playing Cracker at all. He's opting to play the Thunderbolt, which I personally don't like Thunderbolt at all. I like think maybe you should play 2 at most, and then like maybe even drop a Shirahoshi down to like 2 or 3 as well. He's only playing 3 Brulés, 4 Sanjis. How many 2Ks is this guy playing? 4, 8, 12. Yeah, so standard 2K amount, but he's playing 4 Katakuris, which definitely is a lot, but in my opinion, I usually play anywhere from 2 to 3 in my cat builds, but maybe if you're expecting to play the mirror, this card's really good in the mirror match. So good little list. Think it's definitely, I would definitely do a lot of things different, or not a lot of things, but a few things different, but he found success with it, so that's cool with him. And then we have this new gate right here. It's I hate to say it, but it's different than the list that we've been seeing, and it's only different because it has Whitebeard Pirates. Pretty much the standard list, right? Like he's playing like, you know, Sanji to deal with, you know, decks like Rebecca and like Queen and just slower decks like that. And then he's just playing the standard like tempo builds. He's actually not playing Rush Luffy now that I think about it. So this actually is not the standard build after all. I am very sorry, my brother in Christ. But so he's not playing Luffy at all. He's opting to play like Marco, Ace, Thatch, Atmos. So I guess those are his tempo plays. I think it's quite odd you're not playing Luffy. But you know, even if you are playing like the pure beard version of the deck, like a lot of people are still opting to play Luffy just to try to hard draw into it. I mean, between your drawing for turn and then your life draw every turn, you have 12 cards that you're probably going to get after 6 turns. So your odds are you're going to get Luffy. So even if it's not searchable, I would still play it. Maybe cut down on like the Whitebeard Pirates to play to play 2 Luffy, but that's just me. And then we have Zorro, and again, guys, Law won this whole thing, but Zorro right here, making good use of the OPO3 cards. It looks like he is playing a total of 2, and it is this Bad Manners Kick Course, which is a great idea because, guys, I don't know if you realize this or not, but when you play Zorro, you have a lot of dead cards in hand, right? You have like Buggies, and you have Gordons, and you have Fire Fists, and Jet Pistols, and Diable Jumbles, Zorros, Luffy's. And now they finally have another way to counter out of lethals and then flood the board. So, you know, on the crackback. So, good for Red finally getting some support. It seems, you know, they needed that a lot. But but yeah, he's playing you know, the standard like event list. I feel like this list really loses to like Crocodile, because the event list a lot of times is like kind of reliant on this Marco to kind of stick on the board to have a free 7k swing, because I mean, I guess he is playing 2 Magro, so that is a little different than most lists, but most of the event lists just kind of rely on like Marco and then like kind of like the rush characters, but Marco can never stick on the board because 3000 worlds, and the second that we get these 1-drops off the board with Crocodile or Queen or Rebecca, then it's kind of like a free win. But his is a little different in the sense he is playing Marco, he is playing 2 Sanji, which I think he should be playing more Sanjis than that, honestly. I'd rather play 4 Sanjis in this meta than Brook in Zoro at least. But obviously he found success with it. I forgot, I accidentally closed the tab, but he did pretty well with it, obviously. So those are the lists that we wanted to talk about, guys. Much love to everyone. If you guys... I don't know. I was going to say something about commenting something, but I don't really know what you guys can comment. But I'll see you guys on my next video, and peace.